Hey guys, so welcome back to my channel. In this video, I am going to talk about a sunscreen that you guys were requesting a lot. I finally tried it and here I am posting my review after like about a month of usage. So this would be my detailed review of the Bello Photo Stable sunscreen. So stay tuned till the end to know everything that you need to know about this product right here and also what I really think after using this sunscreen because I am a person who hoards sunscreen. And will this live up to my expectation? Hey guys, so if you are seeing this face for the very first time, hi, I am Moitri Haldar. I do a lot of beauty related content mixed with a couple of content that I really like. So if you are into that genre, then do consider subscribing and hitting on that bell notification to get notified every time I upload. Also, do not forget to follow me in my social media accounts where I'm the most active and you get to be a part of what goes into my videos, especially my Instagram where I do a couple of live sessions to answer back to all of your skincare queries. So without any further ado, we are going to talk about this sunscreen right here, which is the Bello Photo Stable Sunscreen ME Gel. You guys requested a lot for this, so here goes the review. Now before jumping onto the ingredient list, I'm going to state a couple of claims. It claims to be a broad spectrum sunscreen, meaning it will protect your skin from both the UVA rays and UVB rays. It also claims to be hypoallergic and also non-comedogenic. It states that it has 8 hours worth of photo stability and also being water and sweat resistance at the same time. Lastly, it also claims that it matches our skin's pH. Now, I did try testing the pH of this product, almost same as like the 5 or 6, which is very similar to our skin. Now, going on to the main juice of any of my reviews, which is the ingredient list analysis or the composition part. Now, because this is a sunscreen, we are going to talk about the filters which are used in the sunscreen. Now, this is purely chemical-based sunscreen or chemical filter-based sunscreen. This doesn't have any sort of physical filters. So, we are going to talk about the 5 filters that is used in this particular product. Now, they do also mention the percentage of filters that they are using, so I am really shocked and also at the same time really pleased with this brand. So coming on to the first filter that they are using, which is ethyl hexyl methoxycinnamate or Juvenile MEAT, also known as oxinoset. It does state this percentage to be at about 7.5%. Now oxinoset is not a photo stable filter, but when it is paired with other stable filters, it works pretty fine. Oxinoset is an old school filter and this is the highest amount of filter that they chose to include. But all in all, oxinoset gives you the UVB protection, not necessarily the UVA protection. And oxinoset does loses like 10% within the 35 minutes. So not a filter which should be used independently, but with other filters, it's perfectly fine. Coming to the next filter, methylene bis benzotriazoline tetramethyl butyl phenol. Now that was a mouthful. Now the short form of it is Tinasorb M, and they have used 5% of this filter. Now Tinasorb M is like this hybrid kind of a filter. It's not entirely physical yet not entirely chemical because it has like both the properties. Now the way that physical filters work is that it reflects the UV rays, and the ways that chemical filters work is that it absorbs the UV rays. So this one is a hybrid of both, so meaning you have a little bit of property of both physical and chemical filters. It does gives you the protection of both the UVA and UVB rays. It is highly photo stable and also helps the other unstable sunscreen filters such as the first filter that they have used. Coming on to the next filter, that is ethyl hexyl triazole or Juvenile T150. Now this is one of my favorite sunscreen filters. This is a new gen filter. It provides you the highest amount of UVB protection. The maximum amount of percentage that Juvenile T150 should be used is about 5% and they chose to include 3% of it. Now coming on to the next filter, which is another mouthful, bis ethyl hexyl phenol methoxyphenyl triazine, or the most commonly known as Tinasorb S. Now Tinasorb S is again one of my favorite filters. It is amazing. It provides you both the UVA and UVB protection. It is one of the best filters. It is highly photo stable. It also stabilizes other unstable filters, so it's amazing. And the percentage used in this product is about 2.8%. Now coming on to the last filter that they have chose to include is diethylamino hydroxybenzoyl hexyl benzoate, which is Juvenile A+. It does gives you a decent UVA UVA protection, it is very photo stable, and it is used at the percentage of about 2.5%. So these were all the filters that were used in the sunscreen. So going on with couple of other ingredients that this sunscreen also includes. The base layer of this sunscreen is water. Most of the sunscreen are using water. Now it does has a lot of emollient. I'm talking like 8 to 9 emollient, so it's really going to soften your skin. If you are from a drier or a little bit dehydrated skin type, this sunscreen will suit you perfectly. It also has a lot of fatty alcohols and a decent amount of silicones to give you that slippery feel and also that cosmetically elegant feel that they are claiming. Then they have bunch of like pH adjuster, viscosity controllers, some of them are solvents, but the ingredient that most of people would be concerned about is citral alcohol. Now citral alcohol does has an irritancy of 1 or 2 in the irritancy chart, but in the formulation when it is used correctly, I don't think you should be facing a problem. But if you are someone who faces a lot of allergen reaction with citral alcohol, then you might not want to invest in this product. It also contains vitamin E. Now vitamin E is amazing. It also helps stabilizing some of the ingredients in the product, and also if you are using vitamin C in the morning, it also goes really well with vitamin C, so amazing. And lastly, we are going to talk about the preservatives. Now many people might be turned off in the preservatives part because they have used 5 types of parabens including phenoxyethanol. Now parabens are not bad. I have gone into in much more detail explaining how my favorite sunscreen has parabens and alcohol. This one doesn't contain alcohol, by the way, and fragrance, and I have gone into much more details about why paraben is not bad. There are a lot of different studies regarding paraben is not bad, and paraben is the most safest preservative out there, and the most irritancy or skin irritancy that came is really after the whole ban paraben situation, because the alternate preservatives that the brands chose to include did have a lot of allergen reaction. So this includes 5 types of paraben, which includes methyl, ethyl, butyl, propyl and isobutyl, and they also include phenoxyethanol, which is like the current standard of preservatives. Apart from that, it doesn't contain any sort of alcohol, neither it contains any kind of fragrance or essential oils. Now that was the ingredient list analysis. Now going on to a couple of product specifications, starting with the texture. Now the texture of this product is really creamy, it's really luxurious, and it is also very emollient-y. It will soften your skin, but it is not like those traditional sunscreen. It does has a slightly cooling effect when you first apply it, and it does has a teeny tiny bit of white cast, but when you apply it nicely, it kind of fades away. It gives you a dewy look, which I am really a fan of, and it is really great if you have a lot of dry skin or dehydrated skin. Especially combination skin people will really like this in winters, but for summers I am not really sure about this sunscreen. We are going to talk about usability of this product in the application part of the video, so stay tuned. Now coming on to the potency, this product claims itself to be SPF 40 plus and the PA rating of 3 pluses. Now the SPF is basically sun protection factor, and basically this is your UVB protection, and PA rating is your UVA protection. So it has about like 3 pluses, which is decent, and SPF 40 plus, but I do really like my sunscreen to be SPF 50, so I would have really liked Bello to come up with the SPF 50 version, because SPF 50 is my jam, but SPF 40 will give you the coverage that you need, and it is also suitable to all kind of skin genres apart from like too much oily skin. So from teenage skin to mature skin, anybody can apply this sunscreen. Coming on to the packaging of this product, now this comes in a plastic tube packaging. It is very convenient, it is very nice, it also comes sealed, so it is very hygienic. Coming on to the price range, now this sunscreen is very affordable. For 75 gram of product, you pay something about 450 to 650 rupees. I got it in Amazon sale, which was around 450 rupees for me, but on the other times you can get it for a price range of about 515 rupees. Now coming on to the application of this product, sunscreen should be the last part of your AM routine. Now for any sunscreen, you do need to apply like 15 to 20 minutes before you are stepping out in the sun. So do all your skincare routine like cleansing, toning, serum, moisturizing, and then apply this sunscreen. Now I do need to remind you guys, you do need a sufficient amount of sunscreen in order to actually protect your skin. I take 3 full fingers worth of sunscreen and a little bit more in my pinky finger, and then I applied it all over my face, and also I drag it onto my neck. If I need a little bit more, then I just take a pump full more to apply it on my décolleté and my neck area. So you need need a lot of sunscreen, and this sunscreen does gives you a little bit of white cast. If you apply just a teeny tiny bit, it won't give you white cast, but if you apply the correct amount, it will feel oily after that 1 to 2 hour mark. But it is not my concern, because I always cleanse my skin with a micellar water, like a very gentle micellar water, every time I am reapplying my sunscreen, especially in the summers, because I'm hot, I'm humid, I'm sweating, and I do not need to layer the sunscreen over that sweat, so I do that. But if you are someone who is from oily skin genre and you want a sunscreen which is light, this won't technically give you an oil-free kind of a look in the summers, but for winters it is beautiful. And because it has a lot of emollients and a lot of fatty alcohols, it does takes a little bit of time to actually like rub onto your face and for making that white cast to go. So be patient, rub it for about like 1 to 2 minutes and the white cast will potentially go. So coming on to my thoughts now, I really like this sunscreen especially for the winter time, and you guys were really like, please try this. This is my best sunscreen. This is my favorite sunscreen. I really liked your recommendation, but for summer, because I live in Kolkata, which is humid as heck, and because I can get Biore in India currently, I'm not going to repurchase this again. But for someone who is looking for an affordable, fragrance-free, and amazing filter sunscreen, this is your jam. It has 5 amazing filters. Oxinoxate, I know you have a little bit of problem with oxinoxate, but all the other 4 filters would really sort it out. It is an amazing sunscreen. Sunscreen should be a part of your routine. I really like the consistency for the winter months because I do have a lot of flaking issues, especially on this part of my face. So this sunscreen does really helps it to give in that extra bit of moisturization. But for summers, I'm sweaty, I am sticky, and I am all the bad things. But for me, this sunscreen really works well for my winter months, but not necessarily for the summer months. And if you are concerned about paraben, please do not be. Just read something about parabens. I will list like 1 or 2 articles that I found in the internet in the bottom box below regarding parabens, which you can check. But all in all, this is an amazing sunscreen. So moving on to my pros and cons. This is a very affordable sunscreen currently present in India. It is not only fragrance and essential oil free, it is alcohol free if you are concerned about that. It is also very accessible. You can get it easily from Amazon, which I will link in the bottom box below. It is non-comedogenic and hypoallergenic. It didn't give me any kind of breakouts or comedones, especially for a sensitive skin person like me. If you are from a drier skin type, this will suit you perfectly because it has a lot of emollients which will soften your skin. And lastly, it has a lot of good filters, like 4 of them are new filters and only 1 old filter. So for an Indian sunscreen, this is a bomb. Now coming to my cons, I do feel this sunscreen is not great for oily skin people. For summer months, I do not think you will like this product as much. Secondly, it does gives you a little bit of white cast. So if you are from a deeper skin tone, if you apply the right amount, then it will give you a little teeny tiny bit of white cast, which I think it's a little bit downside of this product. It also feels a little bit sticky after that 2-hour mark. It doesn't feel necessarily that kind of an oily or sticky in the initial application, but when that 2 hours mark passes, it does suddenly feels kind of oily and grimy and sticky even in the winter months. Coming on to my verdict, I do think this is a very decent sunscreen. In fact, very good one in the Indian market. If you are from a drier skin type person or a combination skin type person, I think it will suit you perfectly. You are going to like the texture, overall feel of the product. However, if you are from an oily skin background, I do not think you will like it as much. It does gives you a little bit of white cast, but it also contains a lot of good filters. I'm talking like Tinosorbas, Tinosorbam, Juvenile A+, amazing filters, and it is almost as comparable to my Biore, but my Biore is far superior in terms of texture and the overall filter. So I think Shividi is going to do a video comparing both of them, so you guys can check out her video when it goes up. So hey guys, that was my video. Let me know how you think about this video in the comment section below. Like this video if you like my content. My voice is a little bit bad today, so do not mind that, and share this video to any of your friends who is looking for the review of the famous Bello photo stable. And lastly, subscribe to my channel, hit on that bell notification, and because I didn't post 2 videos in a row, I'm going to see you guys tomorrow with my mini skincare and makeup haul. So bye bye and take care.